2 out of 3. I mean, that is just a staggering number of employees in Romania who regularly feel, well, completely exhausted right now.
Yeah, it really puts the country right near the top of Europe's burnout risk rankings.
Right, exactly. So, welcome to today's deep dive. We are looking at a stack of recent HR research, specifically analyzing Romania's workplace landscape to really reframe how we view burnout.
And our mission today is to shift this from, a soft cultural conversation into what it truly is, a critical risk management issue for HR leaders.
Because every HR leader listening already knows burnout isn't just like being tired.
Right, absolutely. What the Romanian landscape reveals is how fast this is evolving from a cultural buzzword into a tangible legal liability.
And to fix that liability, we have to talk about the mechanics of what is actually happening to people. Like, I always think of normal tiredness like a dead battery on your phone.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you plug it in overnight and it goes back to 100%. But burnout is battery degradation.
Yeah, you can leave it on the charger all weekend. But because the internal chemistry is just fried from constantly running too hot, it'll only ever charge, say, 40%.
Exactly. And the World Health Organization actually classifies this specifically as an occupational phenomenon.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And the Romanian context shows us exactly how that degradation happens on a systemic level.
Yeah.
Because currently, there is no dedicated legal framework there that explicitly protects workers from professional exhaustion.
Wait, so there's no specific legal protection right now?
No, not explicitly. So these forces just stack up.
Yeah.
Have heavy workloads with really thin resources, remote, completely erasing the boundary between the office and the living room,
Yeah.
and, relentless economic pressure.
And I imagine treating this systemic battery degradation as just mere tiredness actually accelerates the damage, right?
Oh, 100%. Telling an employee to just, rest harder over the weekend completely ignores the structural flaw that's draining them the second they log back in on Monday.
Right. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken engine. But you see that expectation of individual resilience everywhere in self-care articles.
Oh, definitely. They tell employees to set boundaries, take walks, communicate early. And sure, those are healthy habits.
Yeah, they're not bad things to do.
Not at all. But personal resilience cannot outwork an environment that systematically demands the output of 5 people from a 3-person team.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a second. I get that it's a structural problem, but if a company is facing severe economic pressure, I mean, they physically might not be able to just hire more people to fix that 3-person team.
Right. That is the reality for a lot of businesses.
So are we really saying a few no-meeting periods can fix a fundamentally understaffed organization?
Well, because the broad economic safety nets are missing, the burden of mitigating the fallout really does land squarely on the HR desk. Protecting employee well-being is no longer just a soft perk.
It's hard data now.
Exactly. Unaddressed burnout hits the financial metrics HR is already tracking. Your best talent starts updating their resumes, you absorb massive turnover costs, and that irreplaceable institutional knowledge just vanishes.
Yeah, and knowing we cannot always just double the headcount, the research points to low-cost structural actions HR can take immediately.
Right, like conducting workload audits.
And that doesn't mean just asking people what they do, does it?
No. It's looking at the invisible work. Finding the slow leaks where, say, your top performer is quietly fielding a dozen undocumented cross-departmental requests every single day.
Oh, wow. Yeah, fixing those slow leaks or enforcing mandatory rest periods or even offering flexible schedules, that gives employees control over when the work actually happens.
And companies really need to implement these mechanisms now because the law is preparing to force their hand.
You're talking about the legislative proposal on the table in Romania, right? L640.
Yes, exactly. If that proposal passes, it would officially classify burnout as a professional disease.
Wait, really? How would that actually work in practice?
Well, it would entitle workers to paid medical leave specifically for burnout, and it would require companies to conduct periodic mental health evaluations.
So the financial and legal burden shifts completely onto the organization.
Precisely. Companies that act now to patch their structural leaks will retain their best talent, while those just waiting for the legislation will be caught paying the price.
That is a huge shift. So if you are managing a team right now, you really need to trust your instincts. Like if you have team members who have suddenly gone quiet or just seem a little flat, pay attention to that.
Yeah, burnout accumulates slowly, but the good news is positive structural changes accumulate too. Deliberate organizational efforts are exactly how you reverse that degradation and build a sustainable environment.
I love that. Which leaves you with this to ponder as we wrap up. If burnout is officially an occupational phenomenon caused by organizational environments, will we soon see a world where companies are audited and taxed for their mental health footprint?
Oh, that's an interesting concept.
Right. Like in the exact same way they are for their environmental impact. Just
Yeah.
imagine an audit, not for your carbon emissions, but for a broken company culture. Think about it.